Why would you leave Australia? Won't you stay and be loyal? Now, listen, fuckwit, like if you have tens of millions of dollars and the government's fucking you at every turn, of course rich people are going to leave. Australia is the hot person of the world. It's so beautiful, but the personality sometimes sucks.
Yeah.
So, Australians, I think, have this misconception that everywhere in the world is shit except Australia. Well,
Absolutely, they do.
it's absolutely not the case, and they're all afraid. Like people go, "Oh, right now I'm in Marseille in France," and people go, "Oh, Marseille, well, isn't that a bit dangerous?" I'm like, "Dude, it's awesome." Like I've had
Did
the
you just
most
see the
beautiful
machete
time.
attacks in Melbourne? You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Like Australia is not becoming the safest place in the world. So yeah, and so the country, the world is a beautiful place, and I like color and diversity, and I like I like to see how most of the world lives. Australia's a little bubble, and it's a beautiful little bubble. And if I do go back, and I will at some point, every time I've lived overseas before, I lived in the States for 5 years, and every time I went back to Australia, you go, man, it's so like Australia is the hot person of the world. It's so beautiful, but the personality sometimes sucks.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this then, Adam. I mean, so let's just say, you're living the life right now, you're traveling the world, doing what you want to do, you're under freedom. Do you, in the back of your mind, have some sort of an idea like, you know what, maybe I will end up in Australia, when I'm 70 or something? Is that something you think about, or are you like, I'm
Yes.
out?
No. This is why I still have started speaking up about my views on where Australia is going on my socials, right? Like I got 3.5 million views just on my Instagram in the last 30 days, with no ads or anything, just me
Which is
posting.
incredible.
Yeah, totally organic. And I'm posting this content because I still love Australia. I think all Australians who are born in Australia, I don't care what nationality you are before that, but if you're born in Australia, Australia gets in your blood, and my family immigrated on the boats, after World War II, and I love Australia in so many ways, and that's why I want to see it protected, and I want Australia to feel like Australia, still. And so in my head, I have a vague plan that in 10 years, I might settle back down in Australia, but this 10 years, I will compound my wealth aggressively and grow my wealth substantially to the point where when I do come back, even if property has doubled from here, my
It's not going to
investments
make any difference.
no, my investments will far outstrip that performance.
Hey guys, just quickly, this episode is brought to you by CoinStash, the Australian exchange I personally use to invest my SMSF into Bitcoin and crypto. Now, CoinStash is Australia's leading SMSF crypto exchange built for investors just like you. What really sets them apart is their service and expertise. If you're looking to invest in crypto through your SMSF, they make it simple. Just book a free call with their local team and they'll walk you through the entire process. From setting up your crypto SMSF account to helping you stay compliant with Australian regulations, their experts guide you every step of the way. You'll get fast onboarding, dedicated support wherever you need it. You might be investing in digital assets, but with CoinStash, you're dealing with real people, and that makes all the difference. So if you're ready to take control of your crypto super and make your SMSF crypto journey smooth sailing, hit the link in the show notes and book a free call with the CoinStash team today. Now, back to the episode. Could I even go as far as to say, Adam, that you're probably looking at a 10-digit sum?
Yeah, no, definitely. In 10 years, I'll absolutely be a centimillionaire for sure. And so when I come back to, come back in that time though, and I'm 60, at that point, I don't care what the property. I could see myself buying a place for $20 million for a 2-bedroom apartment on Sydney Harbour and
it wouldn't even matter.
It wouldn't even matter because that's probably what I would do is buy something like that's maybe 10 million today, buy 20. But at that point in my life, for me, it won't matter. And people might say, well, that's a stupid amount of money to send a house. Well, I'll be dead 20 years later. So just buy what you want. Buy what makes you happy. And I want to wake up in the morning with my cup of tea and my fucking biscuits and look at Sydney Harbour Bridge and watch the ferries go under and go have some nice meals and go and enjoy the Aussie beaches and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And spend the last years of my life there. But I don't think would be there year round. I would basically, I think, spend 3 to 6 months a year there, even when I am a tax resident again. But the key is, at that point in time, I'll have compounded my wealth to a point where I can do whatever, wherever. And I think a lot of people just struggle to imagine, and this isn't criticism, it's just they don't know what it's like to have money. And that's why they go, why would you leave Australia? Why don't you stay and be loyal? Like, listen, fuckwit, like if you have tens of millions of dollars and the government's fucking you at every turn, of course rich people are going to leave because they can easily jump on a good quality business class flight, eat some nice food, and 12 hours later be in a tax jurisdiction that wants them, where they're safe, where if you want to fuck around and find out with the Dubai government about what happens if you chop someone's arm off, well, good luck with that. Let's see how that works out for you. You want to go and, march down the main road in Dubai there, burning their flag and chanting
Good luck with that.
chanting anti-Muslim slogans. Good luck with that. Let's see how you go. I was laughing and just couldn't believe it when I saw on the Sydney Harbour Bridge LGBTQ people for Palestine. I'm like, that is like watching a chicken march in a pro-KFC protest. Like, they'll literally throw you off that bridge. Like
they're completely oblivious to it though.
And I just don't get it. And I'm like, when will Australians start standing up? So all I'm saying is, people with money, and they when they have money, they have choice. And Australia needs to realise that being hot is not enough to sustain a long-term relationship with quality people. Yeah. Quality people need a relationship that's built on more than just how you look.
Yeah, I love that though, because it's something that I don't think is actually spoken about enough about, moving out to compound your wealth, right? Out of a high tax jurisdiction to a low or no tax jurisdiction, compound it. And then you're kind of free to go at any country, regardless of the tax system, because you've got total FU money.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I did the math. I mean, one of my income sources is about it. I'm compounding money at 12% a month, and it's been doing that for 2 years, right? And I sat down and I showed a couple of Australians. I said, let me show you the difference between me compounding at 12% a month and you doing the exact same investment in Australia at a tax rate of 37%, right? And the difference after 5 years was 78% difference in our position. So literally, I could do 80% less well and still match you, just simply by where I wake up in the morning. That's the only difference.
It's absolutely insane.
I'm 4 times further down the road than you for doing nothing else than just choosing a different tax jurisdiction. If you look at somewhere like Panama, for example, they have a territorial tax system, and essentially what that means is they're only interested in taxing you on on income that's generated inside of Panama, or profits that are generated from buying and selling physical assets inside of Panama, like buying and selling a business that's in Panama, buying and selling a property that's in Panama. But if you are generating your capital gains and profits and things outside of Panama, then there's no tax on those things at all. And then you look at how long do you need to live in that jurisdiction to qualify for tax residency there. And so Panama is a really interesting place to some South American countries, given that you don't have to live there permanently, like 12 months of the year to qualify and so on. So this is where it gets really into the detail, but there are jurisdictions, like when I'm going to Panama in February, and the mayor of Panama is meeting us to welcome us there, and we're going to try and get him on video, because these places actually want wealthy people to come, people who own Bitcoin, people who have resources and are going to spend money in their countries.